Hello everyone, welcome to the second Slaughterhouse Tartarus report. What? Welcome to the second Slaughterhouse Progress report, and this one's a really good one. We got a lot of really good work done. So we currently only make it to the drop 2% of the time, and that honestly doesn't surprise me. There's not a lot else I could show you here, because I play in no clip so much. But right now I have 7,411 attempts in the actual Slaughterhouse, 16,983 in my copyable, and the 31,148 lost attempts, making a total of 55,542 attempts. Almost 55555. Let's move on to the highlights of the streams. Stream 8, it was a pretty long stream. This stream for pretty much every run, I was working on the drop or earlier. If anything, the best run was probably 23, 75, and 2 deaths. Not a whole lot, but you guys see later in the video that ramps up. Honestly, mid-stream. Let's move on to stream 9. This is a decently long stream. I did 59 to the very last click of the level, which is absolutely fun, I know. Also a run from 23, which didn't really have a really good run in it, but it's kind of like a jumble of decent runs, where it's 23 to 51, 51 only to 57, but then 57 to 81, and then 81 to the last cube, where I start dying to literally everything. Whatever. Either way, 23 to 100 with 5 deaths. Stream 10. Oh yeah, so fun. This one was roughly an hour and a half, where I basically rage from dying from 0. Because remember, at this point, I still haven't gotten that far run yet, so I was annoyed at that, and right after, because I literally never die there, and right after I proved my point, I went from the drop and got it to river, called that a bad run, and then I went from river and passed river second try. I don't know what it was that stream, but I was not in the headspace for playing Slaughterhouse, that's for sure. I was getting fed up of not getting run from 0, so just more raging on stream 11. This stream was pretty long. I got a 29% and 28%. If anything, the best run is probably going from 16 to 48, and then literally 2 attempts later, doing where I died to 63. Slaughterhouse stream 12, things get a little bit better. I was doing a lot more no clip this time, because I didn't want to lose my mind again. This was one of the longer streams. I guess I lasted longer in this stream, simply because I wasn't losing my mind. Got a pretty good no clip run from 0, where I bring it to the last cube with only 4 deaths. Then the last cube does its thing and brings it to 7 deaths. And I also got this run from the drop. I got 3 deaths, and this could have honestly been like 23 to 81, as I really only died at this one tight gap, which I still die to pretty often, but I'm still surprised that that's the death that happened between 23 and 81, as I would say there's a most likely chance of me not dying there, as I do pass it most of the time, as I do pass the click most of the time. Overall, I would say this is a big relief, as I've been so like stressed with getting that run from 0 for so long. I mean, I still didn't really get that run I've been looking for. Stream 13, finally we were back on track a little bit more. It was also a decently long stream with a 46 to 92 run, and not only that, but 2 46 to 100 runs with only 1 death. That day was absolutely insane. And oh, you think we're done? This stream, I got a new PB from 0, where I finally did what I wanted to do, which was... Now clearly I had no clip on, but I still didn't die all the way until 54. Now some people would argue that having no clip accuracy on is still cheating even if you don't die, because you don't feel the same pressure. But my opinion, it doesn't really matter, because when you're in no clip accuracy and you don't die, you know you don't die. Especially for my case, because I had tint on death. And in some ways, when you don't have tint on death, it can be the exact opposite, where you think you're in a good run, but you actually have like 10 deaths, and then you get nervous. Ultimately, it doesn't matter, because I will start to do runs without no clip once I feel comfortable to do so. Stream 14. It was a 6-hour stream, but I only spent an hour playing Slaughterhouse, and that does not stop it from being significant. As the craziest thing happened this stream, as I joined a call with a few of the lads, and I joined a globe room with Ant Gamer, and this happened. As it's going from 0, and they're just talking, and they usually notice when I'm in a far run. Even when I'm not in a far run, like any run that's been going for over 15%, everybody goes silent in the call. But it was really funny how in this one specific moment, it just happened to be that all of them were probably doing something. That could have been a good run. I just got 11 deaths, but I had 0 deaths up to 52. That was absolutely amazing. Especially because it was like the second attempt since I joined the globe room. At this point, I started putting what my runs actually are in the title of the stream, which are 54 and 57 to 100. That means I am 3% away from having in 2 runs. Stream 15 was really interesting because this is right after the K70 arrived, which I unboxed last stream. So the stream was pretty slow because I'm just trying to figure out the K70 really. And I had to kind of adjust my position and the way I click because instead of having a separate SEO device, I can move around a lot more. Now I had to click the keyboard in the center of my desk. It's not ideal for me, but I'll get used to it. By the time I'm recording this, I have. Didn't really get any good runs this stream. But what it felt like to me was just like pretty heavy, as the keys on the SEO device had like no weight. Overall, I don't really know how to say if it's a good or bad stream, but it's an interesting stream. Stream 16, I was finally kind of getting used to it, and also made a massive discovery that made me 10 times more consistent, which is really important. I figured out that my wave trail was making me terrible because it's basically the same color as the level, and the wave was extremely thick, where I couldn't really tell where my wave actually was. But decided to get a white wave trail and make it skinnier, where when I was going from river, I'll probably pass it once every 5 attempts. Well, instantly, once I changed it, that number increased to 50%. One every like 2 attempts. It was insane. Okay, maybe like 40% of the time. Either way. Well, after I made this change, I couldn't be bad. Everybody in the call had to just stop talking every like 3 minutes because I'd do another good run. And I probably would have been even more consistent if I didn't start radically rewatching this clip of that one guy hitting the mayor with a bike. I mean, but for real though, what was even happening here? This clip is so goofy. I did join Globed, which honestly slowed me down a little, which I eventually left to lock in because I was really excited to see what I could do with the new wave trail. Also, Antgamer made the take that Sonic Wave is easier than Bloodbath.
Sonic Wave is not harder than Bloodbath.
Yes, it is. What are you trying
What? The craziest thing that happened in the stream is that my consistency eventually went up to basically passing River like 70% of the time. And then we started trolling Doggy, where PRL said, "Who's the king?" And then Antgamer says, "I'm the king." Then Extinct says, actually." And then I say, "No, I'm the king." Absolute chaos going on there. And then the best run of the stream is actually percent record, which is the drop, so 23 all the way to 80, which honestly had potential of going even further, getting into the last cube. So it was actually an insane run. But that stream was honestly my favorite one so far. Absolute W stream right there. Now let's go over what am I going to work on next. Last time my goal was to get in 2 runs. Did I get it? No. But honestly, I had a pretty decent chance of getting it. I'm gonna say the same thing probably this time, as I still feel like that's a valid goal. And I feel like I could destroy this 57 to 100 run. I could literally get it from the drop for all I know. Runs with 0, I could pass River. Is 100% a possibility. It's almost likely, I want to say, because the chances of me getting a drop run past River is probably more than 10%, especially after the wave trail change. If you want to be the most updated on this, the best thing you can do is join the streams, as there's always really interesting runs that happen. If you want to see more videos like this, click on the center screen, and here's a funny Twitch clip.